Hello, good morning once again. It's another blessed day. It's great to be here to do another of my recording. I just want to say thank you to my best friend. He knows himself. Thank you for the lovely earrings and the flowers. Really nice. Anyway, today I just want to talk about fraud on Facebook, because I've been a victim, and I just want to share my experience. I mean, we know fraud is a universal problem, something that goes on every day. And sometimes I feel fraudsters have they're very intelligent. Science makes us understand that all human beings, most of us, use 10% of our mental capacity, and I believe that fraudsters, they are operating around about 15%, and so 80% of the times, they get away with crime, but then the fifth percentage, they sometimes, or most of the times, they lose guard, and then they're caught and put away for a very long time, I hope. When in Ghana, when we talk about, or when we think about fraud, we're looking for Nigerian names. It's something that really baffles me, because human beings are not nice. We are all not nice. That's what, at least the little psychology I know, makes me understand that we are not nice people. I mean, we have this selfish instinct in us that, if not for morals and socialization and all that, we all be like feral animals. We're basically animals. So when we think fraud, I don't so much look out for certain names or certain tribes or anything. Each one of us has the potential of becoming a fraudster. That is, if we let go of our morals and stuff like that. The reason why I'm making this video is because it has become obvious that there are a lot of fraudsters, especially on social networks like Facebook, WhatsApp, and all that. And well, I wouldn't say I almost fell a victim. So there's this person who is claiming to be Asamoah. I don't know how he got into my inbox. Usually you send a friend request, but I didn't get any friendship request or anything. Before I knew it, he was in my inbox sending messages. This is how dangerous these people are. I don't know what software they're using. When it comes to these things, these gadgets and stuff, I'm clueless. So he said he's a Samoan. The first instinct was, oh, you must be kidding me, and then he sent another message. He said, well, you have to check my Facebook profile. And then, I took the trouble to check. And 80% of me knew that he was, a fraudster, but, there's that 20%, you're thinking, what if it's really him? And so I went on his Facebook page. He's got friends who, footballer friends, a few famous names, and I'm sure they work in a syndicate. Most of the times they're working together. So I'm sure some of his fraudster friends have set up accounts in names like Montari, Beckham, stuff like that. So it's almost credible that maybe he's really what he's claiming to be. So we got chatting. It's the ordinary, harmless kind of chat, because I always try to be on my guard, because before you're all over the news, entangled in some kind of scandal. And so we kept chatting. It got interesting, very interesting. But the 20% of me knew that this guy could be a fraudster. So we got chatting, and then he said, "Oh, will you marry me?" And I'm like, "Really? I mean, you don't know me." And what I'm thinking is, I mean, if this is truly Asamoah as he's claiming to be, this is how I operate, or this is what I think. I mean, if you strip him of his fame, if you strip him of his fortune, is he someone that I would like? So I turned him down. I said, no. I mean, you don't know me. You've only known me on Facebook, and you feel this is enough to base your decision, on, in choosing a life partner. So he said, "Well, we can do great stuff together. I don't care about any of these media stuff." He sounded so convincing, and I wouldn't say I wasn't falling for it. I mean, I've got someone and all that, so I wasn't falling for it. And then he said, "Well, he claimed he lives in Dubai, that he plays for, whatever. I'm not so much into football, so I don't know which team he plays for." And then he said, "Oh, I want to come to London and visit you anytime. And I was like, "Really?" So it was starting to become almost convincing. I said, "Wow, you know, well, do come anytime and contact me. But the one thing I don't do is never give your number away, never give your home address. I mean, Facebook, I suppose to an extent is safe, but I would never give my personal stuff to a total stranger who is claiming to be Asamoah. Even if he's Asamoah, I'm still, I'm going to ask you for some identification. It's very important." So he sent me a number, and it's 00233, and I know straight away that it's a Ghanaian number. He said, well, he's holidaying in Ghana and he'd like I should call him, but he's begging me that this is the number he uses, is his private number, so I shouldn't give it out to anybody. And of course I wouldn't have given it to anybody, seriously. And so I got talking to my big brother, and he said to me, you have to be on the lookout for this guy, because there's so many fraudsters. Some are claiming to be John Mahama and all that, so you need to be careful. And so then I sent him this Asamoah in quotes. I sent him a message and I said, now that you want to meet me in person, can I see some identification? I need you to scan your passport, the front page of your passport, where your photo is, and fax, and send it to me through Facebook. And also I need you to send a photo of you, a selfie of you standing in your kitchen. So if you can send that instantly, then I know who you are. And he's that kind of person. The moment he sends, because he's a fraudster, I mean, he's glued to his computer. When you send him a message, within 3 minutes, you got a reply. So he's, first of all, an idle person. I don't think he's even got a job, So when I asked him for ID, it took him hours to respond. And, it felt, and I knew that he felt, cagey, like someone is closing in on him. And so I said to him, so you've really had your fun now, haven't you? It's time to come clean, And I'm thinking he must be at such a disadvantage, because the conversation, he was really enjoying it, because I'm a chatty person. I never used to be like that. I was very quiet, timid, and reserved. But I suppose after my personality transplant, I'm a different person altogether. So, he must be at such a disadvantage. I thought to myself, because I'm sure he wished he was who he is claiming to be. I mean, which guy doesn't want to be Asamoah Gyan and be worth 6.7 million pounds? You know, so we're talking, and he talks the rich language, the wealth language. You know, he's talking chandeliers, he's talking uh, phantoms, he's talking Maseratis. You know, but you know, you can see through that. I could tell, I could see through that. So I blocked him immediately because it was obvious that he's not who he's claiming to be. And so the reason why I'm putting this on here is just for especially us women, because we tend to be gullible most of the times. You know, be on the lookout, don't give out your phone number, you know, keep guard of your personal stuff, your pin numbers, your bank statements, and stuff like that. Shred them, you know, destroy all evidence, because this is what they look out for. Fraudsters, they look out for these things that you trivialize, and then they capitalize on that, and they do you in. So I'm just I'm glad I'm rid of him. You know, supposing he was a Samoan, I think it has been a pleasure talking to him. So, but I guess sometimes, you know, you get into the heads of people, and this is a very lonely, sad person sitting behind a computer, desperate, probably jobless, not knowing what to do with his life. You know, so he creates an escapism, and we all do that in real life. All human beings, we, when your present or your real situation is unpleasant, you find a way to escape. You know, that is what, you know, psychologists make us understand. So you escape into a different world, and Lord knows we all do it. You know how many, I'm just thinking the number of times I have received an Oscar, you know, for the best screenwriter in Hollywood, and that's my escapism. But you know, who knows, dreams do come true, and so keep dreaming and stay blessed. Come again, you know, contact me on YouTube. I do put on several videos that might interest you. Bring in your criticism, bring in your comments, your, you know, your backlash, or whatever it is. Criticism is great, because that is how we grow. So come again next time, and have a blessed day. Thank you.